Good morning, Georgians. Hope everybody is doing well. Thank you for having me for this presentation. My name is Nitin Kumar. I am a proud Georgian. Currently, I'm working as pediatrician at University of Pittsburgh Medical Center, Pennsylvania, US. After finishing my medical school from King George's Medical University, I did my residency in pediatrics from Case Western Reserve University, Cleveland. And since then, I'm currently working here. Today, I'm going to share my experience of studying and working in US. Hopefully that will be useful for you. Let me share my presentation. So, all of you, after finishing your study, you would pursue one or the other career path. Either you gonna be a clinician practicing medicine to serve community patients, or you may teach in a teaching institute and become a academician, or you may run a business and become a good entrepreneur. You may want to do a research in basic science and medicine and become a good researcher, or you may want to do more than one thing. But whatever path that you pursue, you want to feel gratified, you want to feel happy and content in any path that you pursue. So, to feel content, you want to accomplish in your path and in your profession. So, to feel accomplished, I think there is a holistic way to look at it. So, you want to accomplish professionally, you want to accomplish socially and economically to feel gratified and satisfied with your career path. So, let's talk about what US offers for in regard to these things. So, in US, you get an opportunity to practice evidence-based medicine. Here, there is cutting edge technology where you would be able to stay current and experience those new innovations. Will get an opportunity to work with world renowned physicians and work in premium institute that will help you to feel accomplished professionally. Socially, with my experience and with my observation while uh, working and studying in US, I've noticed that the US is very open and welcoming society. It has no bias toward your race, your ethnicity, your religious choices, or your political affiliation. Patients are very appreciative, community is very appreciative toward your dedication, your hard work toward your profession. You get uh, appropriately financial compensation, and this will help you to reach your financial freedom. And to reach that financial freedom, you do not have to use any unethical means, take any shortcuts, or sacrifice your personal or family time. So during this path, we always wonder, is it a right fit for me? Uh, to answer this question is tricky. So I would suggest you to ask this question to yourself. Ask question like, are you adaptable? Are you adventurous? Because in this path, you will have lot of surprises. You will go through a lot of adventures, and sometimes that will challenge you. So you want to ask those questions. Second thing, you want to see if you would be willing to migrate to a different country if need to be. That can be a big question, and that can be a big limiting factors. So I would suggest you to think about those questions. In this path, I also have came across while in my journey those few factors which are not true. So let me talk about those factors. Uh, so, for instance, financial restrictions. Uh, you would need resources to write your exam, for travel, to stay in US for some time to achieve your US clinical experience. Um, those resources for some people it may not be that significant, and you may have already have those resources. But for few, you may have to save money after practicing in US for some time. So those will vary, but I would want to say that it is not a limiting factor. Second thing is we come across question of whether I have relative or don't have relative. If that will influence your plan, and the answer is no. Doesn't matter if you have relative or do not have relative. It's all about your hard work, your dedication that will take you forward. Language barrier, this is a big one. um, we sometimes we wonder, am I fluent in English or not fluent in English? I just want to make it clear there's a difference between language and communication. A person can be great in language but maybe really poor in communication. So what is needed is a communication. If you can express yourself well, if you communicate well with a good intention, you will be fine. Language is something that you will develop over the course. I have many friends which were not the best with English literature, but they really did well. And right now, they can communicate really good while working in the US. And the thing is, am I too old to start this process? The answer is no. Whenever you are ready, whenever you have a plan that you want to pursue this path and you think that you would benefit from it, that's the right time. There's no age for it. So broadly, how to get there. This is particular for US. Different countries may have different path, and this is very broad speaking. So first, you have to clear your examination, US medical licensing examination. So you need to write three examination: step one, step two CS, and step two CK. After clearing those examination, you have to get some US clinical experience, either by doing observership, there's thing called as externship, or some type of research. So you have to do those things to get some US clinical experience. And then after having exam cleared and experience, you apply to different school for your residency, and you may get some interviews, and you appear for those interview, and if you match, then you would do a residency. That's basic steps how to get your foot into the door. uh, and then after doing residency, depends if you want to do fellowship or if you wanted to continue practicing afterward. It there's a various diversification from there. So this is things in very briefly, in a nutshell, things. But I'm sure that you guys will have a lot of questions and you want to get some advice and have uh, uh, want to ask more questions in detail, and I'll be always be happy to share those things. Feel free to reach me at those emails, and I'm always available to answer your questions. um, it was really pleasure to sharing my story and discussing few important things that hopefully will be useful to you. And have a good day, and thank you for your time. Happy New Year and Merry Christmas. Stay safe. Bye bye.